stresses on the necessity of a system which can dissolve political parties that engage in acts of treason. And South Korean President Moon Jae-in believes a meeting between the US President and North Korea could lead to the North giving up its nuclear weapons program.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome you all to PSM News in English. I'm Zionat Hassan here with the news in details. Maldives Police Service calls on citizens to refrain from creating chaos and unrest in the country. Maldives Police stated the institution would not tolerate vandalism and the disruption of peace and stability in the country. In a press briefing held by Maldives Police Service, Superintendent Ahmad Shifan said the institution would not allow individuals or groups to pursue their political motives through such disturbances. Reiterating calls to refrain from participating in illegal political gatherings during the state of emergency, Shifan noted that opposition political parties have been conducting unruly political rallies and gatherings during the state of emergency and that these gatherings are disrupting public order. Spokesperson Shifan revealed that the institution has received intelligence information that members of the opposition political alliances are involved in disorderly conduct and bribery. Shifan said that a special operation is underway to ensure the peace and harmony in the country and revealed that 4 individuals have been arrested on the suspicion of involvement of planning illegal activities in the political rally planned by the opposition. Maldives police cited that various media agencies has been spreading incorrect information on the investigation carried out by the institution and called on all these media outlets to refrain from committing such actions. The institution confirmed that 48 individuals have been arrested by the institution since February 1st. Chief Executive Officer, CEO of State Electric Company Limited, Stelco, Ahmad Zuhur, underscores that if President Abdullah Yamin Abdul Gayoom carried out any acts of corruption during his tenure as chairman of Stelco, he would not be the sitting president today. Speaking on a talk show aired on PSM News, Zuhur said, if President Yamin carried out acts of corruption, the ruling party back then, Maldives Democratic Party MDP, would not have left the case uninvestigated. Zuhur noted that the MDP administration at the time they had a presidential commission formulated for the sole purpose of investigating charges against President Yamin. Furthermore, Ahmad Zuhur called on everyone to come forward with evidence if there is any corruption within Stelco. Zuhur assured that no staff of Stelco are being forced to join political gatherings, reiterating his commitment to work for the betterment of their staff. Deputy Leader of Progressive Party of Maldives, PPM, stresses on the necessity of a system which can dissolve political parties that engage in acts of treason. Addressing a press briefing held by PPM, Deputy Leader of PPM, Abdul Rahim Abdullah, noted that amendments to the Political Party Act are overdue. Noting that citizens voted for a multi-party democracy with the hope of bringing peace and justice through these systems, Abdul Rahim expressed with regret that the true purpose is not being served through political parties. Abdul Rahim said that no citizen would accept that Maldivian Democratic Party MDP and Jumhuri Party JP are trying to bring peace to the country. Highlighting alleged efforts by some groups to create havoc in the country by restoring to vandalism, Abdul Rahim noted that such groups of people must be brought before the law. Abdul Rahim described work carried out by the opposition by collaborating with international parties as unsuccessful efforts to tarnish the image of the country. Government commences projects on establishing water supply facilities in Hanimadu Island of Hadal Atoll. The groundbreaking ceremony for the project was attended by the Minister of Environment and Energy, Tariq Ibrahim. The project was initiated as part of the government's efforts to provide safe drinking water to all citizens of the Maldives. Addressing the groundbreaking ceremony, Environment Minister Tariq Ibrahim stated that developmental projects carried out by the country stand proof to the priority given by the government to enhance the living standards of Maldivians. Minister Tariq assured that if elected for another term, President Abdullah Yamin Abdul Gayoom will revolutionize the Maldivian economy. In his speech, Minister Tariq announced that the project on establishing a renewable energy system in Hanimadu Island will commence within this year. Speaking at the function, Managing Director of Malay Water and Sewerage Company Fazul Rashid assured that more than 350 households of the island will be provided with safe water upon completion of the project. He said that the project will be completed before the end of the year. Addressing the ceremony, President of Hanimadu Island Council Abdul Salam noted that the commencement of this project brings an end to a prolonged wait by the citizens of the island. The councillor lauded the development directed to the island by the current administration. The project on establishing water supply government of Maldives. Under this project, a water network of 19 kilometers and 2 RO plants capable of producing 8 tons of water per hour and will be established in the island. Government of Maldives commences project to establish a water supply facility in Horafushi Island of Halif Atoll. The project to establish water supply facilities in Horafushi Island in Halif Atoll was inaugurated by the Minister of Environment and Energy Tariq Ibrahim. The project was awarded to Malay Water and Sewerage Company MWC in June last year. The project, funded by OPEC Fund for International Development (OFID) and Government of Maldives, is worth over $3 million. Addressing the groundbreaking ceremony, Managing Director of MWC Fazul Rashid stated that the project will be concluded within 8 months. He highlighted that MWC is currently implementing various government projects and assured that the projects are progressing according to schedule. This project includes the construction of 2 reverse osmosis plants capable of producing 8 tons of water per hour and a freshwater network of 19 kilometers. Ministry of Housing and Infrastructure contracts Maldives Ports Limited MPL for the construction and management of the logistic warehouse developed at Malay Industrial Village.
The government has decided to develop 5 structures to be used as warehouses and an additional structure for parking at the Malay Industrial Village. The 5 warehouses will be used as workshops and other industrial work in addition to storage. The main aim of developing an industrial village is to relocate industrial work to a non-residential area to minimize the potential risk on public health due to industrial work. Speaking at the function held to hand over the construction and management of the logistic warehouse developed in the industrial village to MPL, Minister of Housing and Infrastructure Dr. Muhammad Muizzu revealed that work on land reclamation, road construction and establishing water and sewerage systems at the industrial village are almost complete. Housing Minister Dr. Muizzu noted that even though the completion of warehouses would take 2 years, the warehouses would be leased separately upon completion. The Maldivian Housing Minister expressed that when leasing out these warehouses, priority will be given for parties which carry out work using substances that could compromise public health and parties that have been operating on narrow roads. He added that the ministry is working with MPL to set a criteria. Chief Executive Officer of MPL Ibrahim Abdul Razzaq Halim revealed that construction will begin within the next 2 months. The industrial village project involves extending the breakwater, reclaiming 6.9 hectares of land and building garbage dumps.
Ministry of Economic Development raises loan ceiling for the Women Entrepreneurs Loan Scheme.
At a press briefing held at the Ministry of Economic Development, Deputy Minister Adam Taufiq revealed that loan applications will be accepted until March 15th. The Deputy Minister added that with this rise in the loan ceiling, interested candidates can borrow amounts between USD 3,000 and USD 13,000 under the law scheme. The Economic Ministry previously had allocated USD 6,500 as the maximum amount that can be borrowed under the scheme. Addressing the press briefing, Deputy Minister Tawfiq noted that interested parties who have already submitted applications can reapply to increase the loan amount. Noting that the application deadline was extended to provide opportunity for more applicants to participate in the scheme, Adam Tawfiq said the ministry has received over 195 applications so far. Economic Ministry introduced a new loan scheme for women startup entrepreneurs. According to the ministry, loans attained by women entrepreneurs can be used to invest in micro or small to medium enterprises, adding that the scheme is open for all sectors and businesses. Economic Ministry added that the loan must be repaid within a period of 8 years at a 9% interest rate. The ministry has established business centres in Kuludufushi, Kudahuadu, Nafaru, Tinadu and Hitadu to cater to the whole population of Maldives.
Peak Maldives launches the first edition of its picture storybook featuring pictures portraying Maldivian tourism. The picture storybook was launched by the ambassador of Maldives to Germany, Jamila Ali, during the ongoing International Tourism Berlin ITB Berlin. Speaking with PSM News after launching the book, Ambassador Jamila expressed appreciation for efforts by youth in endeavours related to Maldivian tourism promotion. Ambassador Jamila expressed hope that the publication would further bolster promotion of Maldives across the globe. Founder of Peak Maldives, Riayat Abdul Majid, revealed that a new edition of the book will be issued every year, noting that he is very grateful for the opportunity. According to Peak Maldives, the tourism photo book will be distributed in over 15 countries in Asia, Europe and the Middle East, featuring reviews of Maldives in 4 languages. Riayat added that distribution will begin in April. Maldives TV is the media partner of Peak Maldives. Ambassador of Maldives for Belgium and the European Union, Ahmed Shian, emphasizes that the prominence of Maldives in the global tourism industry is evident even from the first day of the world's largest tourism trade fair, International Tourism Berlin.
International Tourism Expo Berlin ITB Berlin commenced yesterday with over 187 participants from across 5 continents. ITB Berlin provides vast opportunities through a B2B platform for industry partners to interact with trade visitors and expand contacts and do business. While the Maldivian stand is one of the biggest displays of the whole fair, it has been well received by visitors. It is noteworthy that there is always a queue of people seeking to meet Maldivian tourism industry stakeholders. Speaking with PSM News, Ambassador of Maldives to European Union and Belgium, Ahmed Shian, said that the mere number of visitors to the stand is an achievement. He credited the achievement to the collective effort of the tourism industry of Maldives. Ahmed Shian highlighted efforts by the government in maintaining the strong image of the Maldivian tourism industry during this critical time, combating schemes to undermine the industry. Furthermore, Ambassador Shian met with several stakeholders from different countries and held discussions about the Maldivian tourism industry. The high-level delegation from the Maldives attending ITB Berlin 2018 has also conducted meetings and discussions with delegations from several countries. According to Maldives Marketing and Public Relations Corporation MMPRC, various business ventures are undertaken during the fair. The Maldives contingent is led by a high-level delegation which includes Ambassador Ahmed Shian, Maldivian Ambassador to Germany Jamila Ali, and Acting Managing Director of MMPRC Haris Mohammed.
South Korean President Moon Jae-in believes a meeting between US President Donald Trump and North Korean leader Kim Jong-un could lead to the North giving up its nuclear weapons program.
Citing South Korean President Moon Jae-in's message at a news conference at the Presidential Blue House, South Korean presidential spokesman Kim Yoo-kyom said the meeting of US President Donald Trump and North Korean leader Kim Jong-un are expected to bring hope to the people of the Korean Peninsula and the world. According to South Korean National Security Office head Chung Yi-yong, who met Kim Jong-un in Pyongyang earlier this week, the North Korean leader is committed to giving up his nuclear weapons. Trump quickly agreed to a summit with Kim Jong-un after Chung gave him a personal invitation in Washington. South Korean officials said Trump and Kim now plan to meet by the end of May in what would be the first ever meeting between a sitting US president and a North Korean leader.
The head of the United Nations Children's Agency, UNICEF, says the situation in the besieged Syrian enclave of eastern Ghouta had become grave for children and aid was urgently needed.
Syrian government is 2 weeks into a fierce assault to retake eastern Ghouta from rebels, saying the offensive is needed to stop insurgent shelling of neighboring Damascus. According to the Britain-based War Monitor Syrian Observatory for Human Rights, the military campaign has killed more than 900 civilians since it began on February 18.
It is a hell on earth for children. Bombing is almost unceasing, and the amount of violence means that a child sees the violence, sees the death, sees the maiming, and there's now lack of water, lack of food, so disease is coming on.
For the 400,000 people the United Nations says live in eastern Ghouta, the assault has come after the years of siege that has caused shortages of food and medicine.
We need in the humanitarian community a chance to deliver assistance. The convoys need to go in with food and with supplies, and the last convoy that was only half unloaded.
A UN aid convoy was allowed into eastern Ghouta on Monday, but some medical supplies were stripped from it and it had to leave before it had finished unloading because of the fighting.
Swiss Roger Federer is feeling good about his return to top of the world tennis rankings as he prepares to start play at the Masters 1000 event at Indian Wells this week.
No. The 36-year-old Federer, who is the top seed at the BNP Paribas Open, told reporters that it was deeply gratifying to regain the #1 spot. After missing most of 2016 due to injury and dropping to 17th in the ATP World Rankings, Federer roared back in 2017 with 7 wins, including 2 Grand Slam titles. His wins in Australia and Rotterdam this year, combined with Rafa Nadal's loss and injuries, propelled Federer back into the #1 spot in February. Federer added that even though he feels less pressure to win now, he still has the drive to succeed that he always has.
Mattel releases a slate of new Barbie dolls modeled on inspiring women to mark International Women's Day.
Barbie parent company Mattel said in a release it dreamed up the line to shine a light on real-life role models to remind them that they can be anything. Barbie is honoring 17 historical and modern-day role models from around the world. Living models include African-American ballerina Misty Copeland, US snowboarder Chloe Kim, Congolese-born Italian soccer player Sara Gama, and Polish journalist Martina Wojciechowska. As part of their Inspiring Women doll series, Barbie immortalizes aviator Emilia Earhart, artist Frida Kahlo, and NASA mathematician Katherine Johnson.
With that, we conclude the news for this bulletin. Thanks for joining and have a pleasant day ahead. Bye-bye.